I was supposed to be a Bitcoin millionaire. Now, when you look at me, you think, yo, that's Lucid. He makes YouTube videos. But in reality, this is just my plan B. Ever since I was born, I knew that from the very beginning, I was going to be a Bitcoin millionaire. I was 12 years old in middle school, looking at the price of Bitcoin at around $60 to $70, thinking, wow, this is pretty cool, but I don't understand why this could ever be something that's really big one day. Now, I grew up a little bit, and my peanut-sized brain actually evolved into a human brain, and I looked into blockchain, and I said, holy shit, this is the most genius piece of technology that's ever been created in humanity. This is going to be huge. So at age 14, I was looking at Bitcoin every single day, and I would show my friends, yo, guys, I told you about Bitcoin at 80 bucks, right? Well, now it's $700, and they were all tripping out thinking, oh my God, Lucid, bro, what did you do? Oh my God, you could have been crazy rich, bro. Oh my God, you messed up. They were all clowning me for years. And eventually, Bitcoin kept on growing steadily from 600 bucks to $6,000. And I said, you know what, that's it. I'm done with these sleepless nights. I'm done with these cold sweats and flu-like symptoms. I am going to put on my big boy pants, grab my testes, and just buy some Bitcoin. So that's exactly what I did, but not with my money, because I was literally, I didn't even have 5 cents to my name at the time. I was broke. And now I'm still pretty broke, to be honest with you. So I borrowed somebody else's money. I borrowed my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, parents. I started calling up everybody thinking, yo, guys, Bitcoin is about to be huge. It was at 80 bucks. It's at 6,000. It's about to go to 20,000. I swear to God, I promise you it's going to be at 20K. And they were all like, really? $20,000? I was like, look, all I'm asking you for is $1,000. Please, just give me $1,000 and I will triple your money. I promise you. So now Bitcoin's at $7,000. I get all the money loaded into my Coinbase account, and I'm locked and loaded, ready to go. So I buy Bitcoin. I buy all of it in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin that day. The very next morning, I was up like $800. I'm thinking, holy shit, I'm going to drop out of high school tomorrow. So I was actually getting really excited. I thought that I was going to drop out. I'm not even joking. I was telling my parents, like, you know, if this keeps on going good for me, you know, like I'm gonna drop out of school and shit. And they were like, what the fuck? I told everybody that I had bought one Bitcoin. Everyone in the school knew me as the kid that had Bitcoin. I was the Bitcoin kid, the crypto kid. That's what everybody knew me as. Even kids that I've never seen before in my life would be asking me in the hallway, like, hey, yo, Lucid, what's the price of Bitcoin? And I'm like, 7,647 and 84 cents, bro. They're like, damn, sweet G, you making money? I'm like, you already know, right? So everyone knew me as the kid that was making that crypto bread. And every single day it was growing, and I was staring at it all day. Even the kids sitting next to me in class were like, bro, why is there so many dollar signs on your screen? And I was like, don't worry about it, G. And then I would tell them why, because obviously I wanted validation. Every single day it was growing. Every single day I was up $800, $700 every day. So I was telling my cousins, like, yo, your $1,000 is now worth like 3,000 or 2,000. And they were like, wow, really, bro? It's growing that fast? And I was like, yes, Bitcoin is at $14,000. You've literally doubled your money. So even during those times, everybody was talking about Ripple. They were talking about Litecoin, Ethereum, XLM, all these different coins, right? All these different alternate coins. Even Tron was supposed to be a really, really big one after the pump, but it never really was. So I had to go catch the next wave. I thought, okay, Bitcoin's at 14,000. There's no way that it can go past 14K. Like that's overvalued. There's no way Bitcoin will ever see $15,000, right? So I would go ask my teachers every single hour to use the bathroom. I told them that I had diarrhea because I'm not going to lie to you, I was in there for a long time trading crypto, and I would trade my Bitcoin for other alternate coins. And that was the biggest mistake. One of the biggest mistakes I've made in my life was trading all of my, 50% of my Bitcoin into all of these different little alternate shitcoins that mean nothing today, that are worth literally 3 cents that I bought for 20 cents. Bitcoin was at $17,000. I will never forget the day ever in my life. I walk into my history class. I checked the price of Bitcoin before I walk in the class, and it was at $17,400 something. I walk into my class. My teacher goes, all right, guys, put your phones in this box. We're going to watch a movie today. It was like the end of the school year. I didn't even have to be in class at the time. We weren't even doing anything important. You never really are doing anything important in school. But I put my phone in the box, and I'm sitting there thinking, wow, I hope Bitcoin does not do anything crazy while I'm gone. Please, Bitcoin, just chill out for 1 hour. I'll be back in 1 hour, please. Don't do nothing stupid, because I knew at this moment at $17,000, Bitcoin was being a little bit over speculated, and it was not really worth what it was being bought for. So I knew like I had to sell like ASAP, either at 18,000, 19,000. I knew for a fact if it hit over 18,400, I was selling it right away. All of my Bitcoin, all of it gone, because it was just growing way too much. At the time, everybody was talking about the Bitcoin bubble. It's going to be just as bad as the dot-com bubble back in 96. Back when I was a kid, guys, don't buy Bitcoin. It's going to drop. You see all these little old heads talking to you about Bitcoin. They don't even understand what a blockchain is, but they're still telling you to not buy the coin. Maybe this is a bubble or a Ponzi scheme or all the other negative words they put onto Bitcoin. Maybe it is, right? So I was like, yo, look, I made like 3 times all of our money. I'm going to be rich AF. I got to just sell this shit at 18K. Bitcoin was at 17,400. I put my phone in the box. I'm sitting down and we're watching this movie that means nothing to me at this point. I'm not even sure what the movie was called. I was panicking, sweating. I was tapping my knee on the floor really fast. I had a sweat stain from my armpit down to my nipple. Things were getting really, really intense. I pick up my phone after the 1 hour of hell was over. Bitcoin went from $19,600 to $14,000 in the matter of 35 minutes. The 35 minutes that I had my phone in the box, I lost thousands of dollars. So now at this point, I'm panicking, calling my cousins that are also looking at Bitcoin, like, bro, what do we do? Do we sell? Do we hop out? Do we stay? And they're like, no, just chill, bro. It's about to go back up. It's about to go back up, man. Don't worry about it. And I was like, no, man, we screwed up. I lost so much money right now. And now at this point, I'm panicking. FOMO once again hits me. Even though I bought Bitcoin, made a few thousand, I still got the crazy amount of FOMO that I had before I even purchased it. So now I'm just staring at Bitcoin the entire day, just watching it drop. 14, 13, 12 weeks go by. It's back at 8,000. Everyone's like, we told you so, bro. Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme, bro. It's fake. Even my mom's telling me that Bitcoin was some kind of a fake Ponzi scheme that's going to steal everybody's money that put it into it, and the owner is going to take all the money. Eventually, the price goes back down from $6,000 to $8,000 to $3,000. And all the money that I put in was divided by like 6 because of all the altcoins that I bought. And everyone's pissed at me. My cousins, mom, dad, everyone's money that I took to put into Bitcoin was now worth almost nothing. They were like, bro, I'm never going to invest with you again. I'm never going to give my money to you again. Why'd I give money to a little idiot high schooler? And I was just getting shit on, right? I was getting dogged on and clowned by these people that I lost the money for. I was like, look, your money is never lost unless you sell. I'm not going to sell Bitcoin. Just give it 2 or 3 years. You don't need the money, obviously, because you gave it to a high schooler. So just wait a few years and it's going to be tripled again. I promise you. Bitcoin's a great piece of technology and it's going to be used. It's a great asset to have your money in. They were like, man, screw you, bro. So I didn't sell Bitcoin, obviously. But me staring at it at $3,000, I thought, if I just sold it at $18,000 when I was planning on selling it all and putting all that $18,000 back into it at $3,000, I would have had almost like 7 Bitcoin. So I kept on hanging on to all that Bitcoin. 50% of it was gone into these shit coins that mean literally nothing today that nobody's talking about. And I still got like 1/10 or some small amount of a Bitcoin. Today, Bitcoin hit 28,000. It just tapped it. It was its all-time high. One day it's going to be at 100K. And you know what I'm going to be doing? Telling everybody that, yo, I was once almost going to be a Bitcoin millionaire and now I'm not. I missed out on it. So to my history teacher, this is a message to you. Because of you, I am no longer going to be a Bitcoin millionaire. I would have had 7 whole Bitcoins in my account. I would have been waking up every single morning smiling from ear to ear, and the women around my block would have been flocking to my house asking my parents to get me married. I don't think I understand the gratitude of this issue. Because of you, I am still a virgin. I would have lost that years ago having 7 Bitcoin in my account. Just imagine walking into a party and telling everybody, yo, I got 7 Bitcoin. Your V-card is gone. There's absolutely 0% chance that you walk out of that party without your V-card being stolen by at least 45 people. Well, that's not the case for me anymore. I'm a virgin and I make YouTube videos thanks to you. Thanks for watching this video. Bye. Fuck!